ourselves, where we're nitpicking, where we're just, doing things, and we're needing, this is going to be the area that we need to release. So we're going to be getting clear, getting serious, getting our manifestations and our motivations. Y'all know I love manifestations, in alignment with what we're doing, and also releasing things that we may be very critical behind. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. I might come back tonight and talk about that, but that's in January. But in the meantime, let's talk about this eclipse that's coming up on October the 2nd. So if you're just joining us, we have a Manifesting My Dream Home and Deeper Connections with My Ancestors. Awesome. That is awesome. So we have a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra. So we are tap dancing on our Libra energy again. And that was going to be on October the 2nd. And as I always tell you, when we have these major planetary shifts, sometimes you can energetically feel the energy anywhere from 2 weeks to a month prior, especially those of you that are highly connected with lunar energy. So some of you may have already started to see some of this coming into fruition. And the eclipses generally last us about 6 months. So even if you don't feel anything now or haven't been feeling anything, does not mean that you won't possibly go through something here along the lines in the next 6 months. All right. Libra moon, 11th house. These people playing at the gym. I see it coming. No. So with eclipses, we know that eclipses are about things that could potentially be removed from our lives. So eclipsed out of our lives. So this could be people, places, and things. Now, I always tell you that I try to stay away from putting a gender on our planetary movements. But when we think about solar eclipses, we're thinking about the sun. We're thinking about masculine energy. So this could look like men or people that have masculine energy, or people that identify with the masculine energy could possibly be leaving our everyday lives. So that could be someone moves away, so you're not seeing them on a daily basis. That could be the breaking or the ending of relationships. Especially with this being Libra, this is going to be a lot about relationship energy. So this could be the breaking up of relationships. So that could be romantic, marriage, friends, family. This could also be people transitioning and eclipsing out of our lives because they have crossed over. And crazy enough, I just got some information on a sports figure that has transitioned today. He was a basketball player, Dikembe Mutombo. One of my favorite basketball players. He used to have that commercial where he would do this thing like this. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I'm kind of old, but that was back in the day. He's 58 years old, and he did transition over from brain cancer as of today. So we could be losing people. I don't know. You know what? That's interesting. Maybe somebody can look that up. Let's see. Let me see if I can Google it real quickly. Let's see. So, I don't know. Let's see. Where is Wikipedia? Now he's 58. Okay, so they have him as his birthday is June 25th, 1966. So that makes him a Cancer sun. Oh, he has a Libra moon. No, they have him born June 25th, 1966. But he's a Cancer sun, and he does have a Libra moon. Interesting enough. He has a Libra moon. So condolences to him and his family on his transitioning today. Yeah. Okay. So again, so we're going to see that type of energy. Now, keep in mind, this is a solar eclipse. So when we're looking at eclipses, when we look at a lunar eclipse, it's all about endings, adjustments, and acknowledgments. But when we're looking at solar eclipses, we are looking at new beginnings. Because solar energy is all about energetically moving forward or energetically bringing something to fruition, starting something new. We think about the solar energy, we equate it to fire, and fire brings things to a boil, brings things to the surface, is the beginning of a spark of things. So we're looking at this solar eclipse as a new beginning as well. All right. So with it being in Libra, Libra being a cardinal sign, we are energetically wanting to start something new. We feel like I'm ready to start that new project. Maybe I'm looking at a new beginning in my relationships or my career path or how I take care of myself health-wise. But we're also looking at it from the perspective overall of partnerships. So, romantic, marriage, business, family, things of that nature. So we're looking at it from the perspective of, again, partnerships and how we partner and work with other people. It could be an ongoing theme as well. All right. So do we have any questions about the eclipse so far? We're going to go over where the eclipse is going to be impacting you and what you could potentially be looking forward to over the next 6 months. And talk about how you can be starting this, using this this energy to move forward in life, to get something new started for yourself. All right. So we are always going to start at the top of the zodiac. Let me make sure I got the right page. All right, so let's get started. Once I get to your rising sign, if you hear your rising sign, let me know in the comments. Also, if you hear something that resonates with you, let me know in the comments if you've also been feeling this energy as well. Look at my triple Aries. Again, the predictions are going to be based on your rising sign. So if you don't have your rising sign, you can always Google it for yourself. Just Google free birth chart calculator, put your information in, and get your rising sign. And then you can come back and listen to the playback of this. If you have your rising sign, listen for your rising sign first, your sun sign second, and potentially your moon sign as well. So, top of the zodiac, if you are an Aries rising, this new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Libra will be impacting your 7th house of one-on-one relationships. So when we're looking at the 7th house, we're looking at those conscious, chosen, impactful relationships that you go into consciously and by choice. So we could be thinking about your romantic relationships. So that's long-term committed relationships, dating, marriage. We also could be looking at family relationships, friendships, business, and people that you go into contract with. So with this solar eclipse, this first and foremost is an eclipse. You could be seeing a disillusion to certain relationships in your life. That could look like, again, someone leaving your everyday life by way of maybe possibly moving elsewhere, maybe a relationship dissolving, maybe someone transitioning out of your life if they take their final, transition over to the other side. This could also look like changes in a relationship. So some of you could be experiencing an ending to a relationship. Maybe you've been over this last year and a half contending with dynamics around certain relationships in your life. And it's just come to the point where it would be best if the two of you go your separate ways. You dissolve the relationship. Maybe you're dissolving a contractual agreement that you have with someone. And at the same time, this could also be a new beginning in that area as well. So you could be one of those Aries risings that is trying to move forward in how you're relating to others, how you're partnering with others, what your relationship looks like. Is it healthy? So we're going to be looking at a 6-month period of you going into a new cycle of relationships. So maybe taking all the work that you've done on how to do partnerships over the last year and a half, and now you want to apply that in a positive way. Now, this could be a new beginning and new people coming into your life. So just be open to the potential of you partnering with someone new. Remember, we're going to be under a Libra energy, and Libra is all about partnership and balance. So this could bring in new people in your life that you want to partner with, maybe in business. This could also bring to you, if you've been looking for the right person to connect yourself with that provides a goods or service or business that you've been needing, this could actually bring the right people into your life. So say, for example, you've been wanting to sell a property or something to that effect. This actually could partner you with the correct real estate agent to represent you in order to sell your property. Or maybe you've been wanting to do a big home renovation project or something to that effect, and you finally find the right contractor, or you find the right person that come in and does renovations on your bathroom. So this is about finding the right partnerships at this time and new beginnings around that area for you. Okay? If you are a Taurus rising, this new moon solar eclipse is going to be impacting your health house. So this could look like your mental and physical health. This is also the area that governs your work environment. So this is where you do your job. This is the people that you work with, around, and for. This is also the area that governs your eating habits, your dietary needs, your pets, and service to others. So with the eclipse, of course, we could be seeing something leaving your life, because I'm a firm believer that in order to usher in something new, a lot of times we have to release something from the past or something that no longer serves us. So with regards to the eclipsing of things out of your life, this could look like some of you, Taurus rising, experiencing a change in your work environment. So those of you that are still in the workforce or out there working with other people, this could see a shift in the people that you work around every day. So some people may be leaving your department, leaving the company, leaving your department. You could be the person that's shifting your work environment to something new. So, for example, some of my Taurus risings can be going from working at an office to now you're working remotely at home. So your work environment has changed and in a new way, or vice versa. You may decide that you no longer want to work remotely. You want to go back to the office. This could be voluntarily or involuntarily, but something about your work environment could be changing. So something about the people that you work with could be changing. So maybe someone is leaving your company. With it being solar energy, we lean more to it probably being a male or someone that has masculine energy. Or we could also look at it from the perspective of it being more someone in a managerial role with the solar eclipse. Okay, but don't think that that's just a given. It could be anyone. So we could be looking at new opportunities around your work environment and big changes. Maybe your workload changes. Maybe your work responsibilities change as well. This could also be a time that we're ushering in something new around our health and our mental health. And again, with this being heavy Libra energy, this could be you changing your doctor, going to a specialist, getting really, really clear about what is going on with your physical and mental health. So sometimes we have to go to a specialist if we have something going on in our bodies that our PCP can't handle. And they've referred us out now to maybe a specialist around this health concern or this health issue that you may be contending with. But this is a great energy for you to be aligning yourself and actually finding the right team of doctors that can help you on your journey to better health. This is also your mental health. So some of you could be trying out a new therapist. Maybe if you're not getting a new therapist, your therapist wants to introduce a different mode of helping you contend with your mental health issues. A lot of times with this, the sixth house, I always recommend that you look into holistic methods of healing your body as well. Now, if you're a Taurus rising, this could also look like a caregiver situation going on with you. So this could be changes in, especially if you are a caretaker or a caregiver. And caregiving can look like a many of things. It could be actually you are in care of a family member or friend or someone that's close to you, that you're responsible for taking care of their physical and medical needs. It could be a caretaker in the aspect of maybe you are the person that's taking care of someone financially that possibly cannot take care of themselves, or you are the medical power of attorney or financial power of attorney for someone. But whatever that looks like for you, if you are in a caretaker role, this may be a time over the next 6 months that role changes in some way. It could be causing you to have more responsibility with this particular role, with this person, or it comes down to there has to be some significant changes in how your caretaker role and how you're showing up for this person and your responsibilities around caretaking of someone. Could it mean transitioning out? It could be someone transitioning out over the next 6 months and your caretaker role ends in some way. I just have to put that out there. Also, when we talk about this area, we also talk about our pets. So we're also being very mindful of the health of our pets. You know, our dogs, our cats, bunny rabbits, guinea pigs. But contending with or paying attention to the health of our pets is also something that could come up within this next 6 months with this solar eclipse. If you're a Gemini rising, this new moon solar eclipse between now and the next 6 months will be impacting the area that governs your creativity, the house of joy for you. This is also the area that governs dating and romance, your social life, your children, pregnancy, and your self-expression. So if you're a Gemini rising, some of the things that could come up for you is changes and adjustments around your children and the relationship you have with your children. And if you don't have any children, this could also look like just the children around you. So maybe nieces, nephews, your best friend's kids, or whatever children you have around you. But you could be seeing some kind of changes around that relationship or that dynamic as well. Sometimes when we see activity in this particular area, this could be with this solar eclipse and it eclipsing people out. This could look like maybe you have a child that is at home, but they make an announcement over the next 6 months that they're moving out, getting their own apartment. Maybe they're deciding to go off to school and they decided that they want to go out of state. But the child, you might not be seeing them every day. Or even if they're still at home with you, they're so busy, they got their own thing going on. You kind of start to see a change in the connection or the everyday impact that you have in this child's life. So we may see some transitions around changing the relationships that you have with your children. This could also be an announcement of a pregnancy. So in the next 6 months, some of my Gemini risings could be hearing about someone that is announcing that they're having a baby, or they had a baby, or they're deciding they're ready to start a family. So we could be hearing things with regards to that. This could also be impacting your dating life. So if you are a single Gemini rising and you are ready to get out there, remember this is Libra energy, all about partnership, marriage, and relationship. This may be a good time for you to put yourself back out there relationship-wise. So you may want to start dating again, or at least socializing more and seeing what's out there for you. Now, if you are a Libra rising that is coupled up, again, this could be Energy around bringing the romance back to your relationship, because this is the area that governs romance. So some of you that have been thinking, my relationship is, I'm happy in it, but I'm not satisfied with the level of romance. This could energetically make you want to put more effort into the romantic side of your relationship. So a new beginning around that. Now, could this be a breakup? Yeah, it could be. It could be a breakup, because again, we're talking about partnership energy. We're talking about eclipses. We're talking about the potential for ending of things. But this has everything to do with what's been going on with the relationship here over the last few months. So if the relationship has been contentious, it has been a problems after problems, or you're not relating to each other, you may decide that it's time to end the relationship. And it may be the best course of action for both parties. And the two of you going on your separate ways. And maybe over the next 6 months, you meet someone that's a little bit more compatible. It is what it is. I have my new philosophies around relationships now. So, honestly, I ain't never been the kind that really cared about a relationship. I shouldn't say it like that. But I have my own ideas around this whole concept of forever and always. I don't think that. We'll talk about that some other time. But if you're Gemini rising, this is what's going to be. You could possibly be contending with this new moon solar eclipse. Now, if you're a Cancer rising, the new moon solar eclipse is going to be impacting your family life and your home life. So with the eclipses, this could be an ending this could be an eclipse of someone family-wise out of your everyday life. But this also could be looking at your living situation if you're a Cancer rising. So changes around where you live and possibly who you live with. So some of you could be ending a relationship. So that is something that changes the dynamic of your family life. Some of you could be seeing people moving in and out of your current residence. You could be moving away. That is over the next 6 months. That is a possibility for my Cancer risings, that you are looking for or changing your residences. So some of you could be buying a first home or a second home. Some of you could be moving to a new apartment, or some of you could be changing roommates, getting a new roommate, getting out of a roommate situation. But something about your family and residential situation is going to be changing over the next 6 months. And some of you may have already started to notice that you want to make these home life changes. Now, if it's not an actual move or residential change, this has something to do with the relationship dynamic with your family. So it just kind of depends on where you have been in the last few months with the relationship dynamic. So what is that thing that's in your relationship that needs to be rectified, solidified, changed? We need to pay attention to. So a lot of new beginnings and new energy around dynamics within the family are going to be very important to you over the next 6 months. Could you be contending with the loss of a family member? Yeah, that could be a possibility as well. So for me, if you're a Cancer rising, I implore you to do what is necessary for the healing of yourself and possibly the healing of any family dynamics. Now, when I say healing, that does not mean that you have to engage with these family members ever again. I think people a lot of times feel like if we're trying to heal the relationship, we're trying to bring it back together. No, that does not necessarily mean that. When I say healing the relationship, maybe it's sometimes just accepting that this is not going to get any better. This dynamic I have going on with my family members, it just is what it is. And I am going to just contend with and be content with the idea that I have to love family from a distance. that can be the healing. That could be the acceptance part of whatever it is going on with your family and home life dynamic. And you're another one that, because the fourth house does represent your emotional stability, this would be a great time for you to be contending with your mental health and what direction you want to take your mental health and your own emotional healing as well. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. So, do we have any questions so far with regards to Aries, Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer? October. Okay, April. Any questions? If not, we are going to move on to Libra rising. Let's see. Okay, so if you are a Leo rising like myself, this eclipse over the next 6 months until around April 2025 is going to be impacting you by way of your communication. So, this is the area that governs your communication, how you speak, how you write, how you think, how you process information. This is also the area that governs your some educational pursuits. This is the area that governs your extended family, and your extended family includes your siblings as well. So we're talking about our siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, people like that. And this is also the area that governs your transportation and what else? And your neighborhood. So with the solar eclipse, okay, and the eclipse being something possibly potentially taken away, some of the things that we think about for my Leo risings over the next 6 months is the potential of having to get a new mode of transportation. So hopefully, this only applies to those of you that have been planning to get some new vehicle or something. So over the next 6 months, you may be in a position that you have to acquire a new mode of transportation. If that's not something that you want to do, I would implore you to make sure that your current mode of transportation is in tip-top shape. But we could be looking at the purchasing of a new vehicle. This third house could be a little bit of energy around moving. So some of you could be moving, but I don't know. I don't think it's going to be like a big move. I did have to start using grandfather's car because mine had 190,000 miles, so I'm taking the other one. See, she's a Leo rising like me, so she's already dealing with the the changes around transportation. But when we talk about neighborhoods, this could be an energy around moving. And when I look at the third house about moving, it's typically not a big move, but it could be. But a lot of times it's just a move that is within the current area that you're in. Or if it's not a move, there could be some changes around your neighborhood. So maybe you're getting new neighbors. Maybe some of your neighbors are moving. Maybe something about the aesthetics of your neighborhood is changing in a way. So we could be having neighborhood changes. We could also be looking at the dynamics and relationships of siblings and your extended family. So some of you could be, again, those relationships, because this is Libra energy, really paying attention or working on your relationships with your siblings, with your extended family. Some of this also has to do with the potential for a lot of short distance trips over the next 6 months. So some of you could be planning a lot of trips. And when I say short distance, I typically don't mean trips that are international. I'm talking about trips that are within your region, or even road trips. So some of you could be doing a lot of road trips, and a lot of short distance trips over this next 6 months. We can also be looking at the beginning of educational pursuits. Now, when we look at the third house, this does not necessarily mean going back to college or higher education, but it could be. But a lot of times in the third house, we're looking at more vocational type education or hobby type education. I've been playing with going back to my Spanish studies, and I know I'm always talking about that, but it's been a big deal. So I think I'm going to be returning to my Spanish studies here in the next few weeks. So some of you may be learning a new hobby, going in for a vocational program. And typically these studies are no more than a couple of years or less. So we could be doing that. This will be a great time for my writers or my potential writers to start journaling, maybe getting serious about writing that book, manuscript, whatever that thing is that you've been putting off writing. So this could be a time that this open doors for you. Maybe you find the right publisher. Maybe you decide that you want to get an agent of some sort. This could look like you partnering with someone that does that website for you. So we're looking at possibly launching some type of maybe social media campaign or marketing campaign here over the next 6 months for my Leo risings. So that's what we're looking at for my Leo risings. The next one is going to be my Virgo rising, and this new moon solar eclipse is going to be impacting how you earn your money and how you invest your money. So this is a pretty straightforward house that we're looking at. So if you're a Virgo rising, this is going to really be putting on your brain, how do I make my money grow? What do I need to do to make my money grow, make more money, spend less money, get on a really good budgeting plan for myself? And this has a lot to do with you taking the next 6 months to really buckle down and see where your shortcomings are in your investments and your long-term financial plans. So if you're a Virgo rising and you want to invest more, you want to save more, you want to make more money, spend less, a lot of this next 6 months is going to be geared towards your budgeting and how you do that. Now, this may say, you may say to yourself, as a Virgo rising, hey, I really want to get some more money. I want to get a nice little savings and cushion for myself. I may need to get a second job over the next 6 months to kind of put me ahead of the financial gain. So some of you could be making some sacrifices with regards to working a little bit harder, doing a little bit more, coming up with more money-making opportunities, tightening your belt. Now, the next 6 months is going to be requiring you to be more diligent and mindful of your spending habits, especially around high-ticket items. So I'm not to say that, you shouldn't buy anything for yourself, but you really need to be careful about purchasing things around this time. Do they make sense? Or are they going to appreciate in value? Do I really need this thing? And is this an investment? All right. And how can I buy this thing that I want without taking from my everyday budget and my savings? So we're getting really creative around our finances here over the next 6 months as a Virgo rising. All right. And this is also going to be a time that you're working on a lot of self-esteem type things. So questioning your self-worth, your self-value, and your self-esteem during this time. Now, how this plays out with the eclipse is some of you Virgo risings could be losing a stream of income. However, as I always say, sometimes we have to lose something in order for the new, better something to come in. So this will also call you to seek out new streams of income for yourself during this time as well. So be mindful for that. And again, if we are partnering and we're talking about money, some of you may need to be speaking with a financial advisor, or even if it's not an official financial advisor, getting advice from maybe people in your life that are really, really good with their money, and getting some ideas and strategies around how you can make your finances work for you, as opposed to you working for your finances, and helping you with tips and tricks on how to get to a better financial position for my Virgo risings. All right. Next is going to be Libra rising. So this eclipse is all about you and you over the next 6 months. So this is about your physical body and yourself. So if you are a Libra rising, and this could also be my sun and moons, this is about the aesthetic of you and how you're showing up in the world. So some of you could be going through a transformation by way of your physical body. So this is how you look, and this is also your health as well. So taking seriously how you're showing up. Am I showing up my physical best? Am I putting my best foot forward when I'm showing up in any type of, event or place or whatever it is, when I'm showing up at work, showing up for my family, showing up for my friends, showing up for my community? Am I putting my best face forward? Am I showing up as the best person that I can possibly be? This is going to be a period over the next 6 months that you take the time to really dig deep and to feel like to determine whether there's any changes that need to be made in order for me to be my best self. So we could be looking like the eclipsing of bad habits. So do I have bad eating habits? Do I have bad time management habits? Do I have bad spending habits? What is it that I need that is probably hindering my growth that I need to really, really change and focus on so I can present better, so I can draw into me great opportunities and more opportunities and draw in different people to me? So what's going to happen is once we get your mindset as to what is the plan for me moving forward, then this could probably energetically draw the correct people into your life. Do you want to get your health in order? Okay. If so, if me improving my health is important, I'm going to be going to the right doctors and the right specialists. If I want to transform my body, whatever that looks like for you, do I need to hire a trainer? Do I need to be working with someone that could get me to the fitness goals that I want to get to? Do I want to learn how to eat better? Okay. Do I need to employ a nutritionist? Do I need to go on YouTube and find, different types of dishes that I want to incorporate into my diet that are going to make me feel better? What is my plan for my career path or my future? Do I need to be taking classes? So we're looking at the next 6 months of really focusing on yourself, internally and externally. This may prompt some of my Libra risings to want to change their wardrobe, their style, their aesthetic, their hair, their makeup, just showing up totally different during this time. So we're going to take the next 6 months, Libra risings, to work on yourself, your personal goals, what are important to you, and you showing up as the best version of yourself that you possibly can be. All right. Let's see. The next is going to be Scorpio rising. Now, this new moon solar eclipse for you, and how this could play out with you with the eclipse is because it's impacting your 12th house. Number one, the 12th house is about hidden enemies. So some of you, with this being an eclipse, could be finding out that there are certain people that don't necessarily like you, and you had no clue. But now those secrets, those animosities, those things that you did not know that were happening behind the scenes could come to fruition, could come to the light at this time, which we all need to know this. We could also be hearing about information that has been withheld from us that is important. This includes secrets, your secrets, somebody else's secrets. We could come out into the open here in the next 6 months. This is also, you're another one that this is the area that is going to support you in doing a lot of shadow work and a lot of self-care and a lot of self-help work, because this is the 12th house. So this is where we're contending with our traumas, our hurts, things that we suppress, things that could be holding us back on a deep psychological level. That could be one of the things that comes up for you. This is also the area that governs travel as well. A lot of people don't know the 12th house is about travel as well, particularly travel long distances and about water. So some of my Scorpio risings are planning a long distance trip that may be very spiritual in nature. So this would be a trip that could possibly render you a lot of healing, a lot of connection with self or connection with a higher power. In addition to that, there could be someone close to you or potentially you that could be dealing with a hospital stay over the next 6 months, contending with that. I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, it does deal with faraway lands. 12th house does deal with faraway lands. So some of you could be contending with someone or maybe yourself with a hospital stay, a confinement stay. Now, I never know how to interpret this particular thing because the 12th house does govern prison and jail. So I don't know if maybe you have somebody in your life that is coming home from prison, potentially looking at a prison sentence, or maybe you have someone that reaches out from you from prison, maybe a long lost relative or someone, or you hear about somebody going to jail. That could all be things that my Scorpio risings could be contending with this. Now, and you also could be, over the next 6 months, the receiver of a lot of spiritual downloads. So this could come through very vivid dreams. This could come through daydreams. This could come through signs and symbols. I got a ticket on the last Scorpio. You got a ticket? I'm so sorry. But you're not going to jail for no ticket. I hope not. This could be symbols. This could be dreams, prolific dreams. This could be you encountering ancestors that are crossing over. So a lot of spiritual downloads. So what I always tell you when you're in this type of energy, especially in the 12th house, dreams hold messages. If you, and I believe this, and I don't care what nobody says, you can't convince me otherwise. If you have a dream and you wake up from that dream and you can remember that dream vividly, that was not a dream. That was actually an experience that you had. And that is something, there is a message, there is a clue, there's something in that dream that you need to know. So write down any of your dreams, your daydreams, things that you encounter during the day that make you go like, that was weird. No, it wasn't weird. There was something in that message. So I want you to start journaling all of those things that you just think are just random. They're not random. I promise you, there is a message, and it will reveal itself later on down the line of what this means for you. So this is a highly, highly spiritual time for my Scorpio risings. Okay. So do we have any questions about Leo rising, Virgo rising, Libra rising, or Scorpio rising? Let me know if you have any questions. I think this candle is making me sick. It's bothering me. I'm going to have to blow it out. Ooh. Do not blow out your candles. snuff them out. Okay, so I'm gonna snuff this one out because it's giving me the blues. It smells good, but it's giving me the blues. All right, if we don't have any questions about those 4, we're going to round out the last 4. So the next one is going to be Sagittarius rising. I already know I have a Sagittarius rising on here, but if I have another one, please let me know in the comments. And let's talk about how this eclipse is going to impact you with your friends. All right, so the new moon solar eclipse on October the 2nd, running until next April. For my Sagittarius rising is going to be about your friend groups, your friendships, your groups and organizations, your technology. It's also going to be about your long-term goals, dreams, and wishes, unexpected blessings, and an unexpected salary increase. So let's talk about what we could be seeing eclipsing out of our lives. Your friendships. So I already know this Sagittarius rising on here don't have many friends and she can't afford to lose anymore, but we'll see. So sometimes with this eclipse over the next 6 months, we may be seeing changes in our friendships. So this could be friendships ending for whatever reason. This could also look like maybe possibly a friend moving away, or you not having access to your friend groups for a while, or someone is maybe busy, maybe they're starting a family, maybe y'all guys just don't have time to hang out anymore. So they're kind of leaving your day-to-day life, all right? Now, this could also be an adjustment in your friendship, in your friend groups as well. So we could be some changes in sometimes I think friendships are sometimes a hierarchy. And I don't want to use a hierarchy because I don't feel like anybody is above anybody, but sometimes there are friend groups within the friend group. So maybe you have a friend group and 2 or 3 of y'all are really connected really closely, but then you start to grow an affinity for another part of the friend group. So there may be some interchangeability with the dynamics of your friend groups in some way. Okay? She got a Virgo that's working her nerves. Yes. And maybe it's time for us to have a conversation about what is going on in these friend groups. How do we need to address these partnerships? So how do we fix this? What do we do to get this dynamic in a healthy space? So a lot of energy around your friendships. Now, this should spark more you getting out and being more social, because again, the 11th house is about social activities. So I'm always prompting you guys to, when the 11th house is activated, get out and socialize, because this is also an area that governs networking. So we're not just out having a good time. We're out making interactions with people that we can possibly be doing business with. We can possibly be learning something. Maybe we're bringing some new people into our life. This is a very social time. Please do not waste that energy. Now, this could also look like you being part of a group or an organization. Some of you may be prompted to join an organization or a group over this next 6 months. Yes, again, and always. Or if you're currently in a group or organization, you may want to take a more active role. Maybe you take on more responsibility, or maybe you commit to doing more within the organization itself. Now, this could also look like a realignment of your long-term goals. So we always want to periodically check in on our long-term goals and see if they still resonate with us. So some of you may be changing, making some adjustments, seeing something come to fruition, or just saying that, you know what, that goal no longer resonates with me, and I'm just going to do something different. Now, you can also be on the receiving end of some unexpected money, because the 11th house governs unexpected money. And some of my Sagittarius may be getting a salary increase, a little bit of a raise, or whatever that looks like. Maybe a bonus that you guys were not expecting. I love that for y'all. Keep me posted on that as well. Absolutely. I think I'm ready for my Powerball. Yes, the 11th house. So I'm thinking my Geminis and my Sagittarius risings, play the lottery over the next 6 months. Go to the casino. Y'all actually may have some winning luck in that area. So, and Sagittarius risings are always lucky with everything. So put it out there for that. All right. If you're a Capricorn rising, this new moon solar eclipse is impacting your career house, which y'all love because Capricorn governs the 10th house. So when we're looking at this new moon solar eclipse, there is so much potential for my Capricorn risings to have some major career shift. So this could look like a promotion. This could look like a job change. Of course, this could look like some more money. You're praying for the bonus. I'm praying with you too. So if you're a Capricorn rising, we got a lot of supportive energy over the next 6 months around your career. Again, this could look like a new job, advancement in your work. Some of you could be deciding you are ready to leave the corporate world or ready to leave working for someone else, and you're deciding that I want to start my own business, or at least be in the planning phases of starting your own business. So we're looking at a lot of supportive energy. Some of you could be title changing. So even if you're staying at your current job, maybe some of y'all are getting a new job, a new position. So you're going from being, you're going from being a supervisor to a manager. Something about your title could be changing in a professional way. Now, the 10th house is also a relationship house. So if you're a Capricorn rising and this is not impacting your career house, which I feel like it will, so this could be in addition to, this could be on a personal level. Some of you could be finding yourselves in a new relationship. If you're a single Capricorn rising, I think this is going to be a great month for you to possibly find love, or at best, put yourself out there for some dating opportunities. Now, if you are a Capricorn rising that is in a relationship, the relationship is going well, kind of depend on where you are with it. You could be deciding to take the relationship to another level. So some of you could be deciding that, I want us to get exclusive, or maybe I want us to get engaged or get married. But something along the way of this being a really big, significant change could be coming up in your romantic life during this time. Okay. So, but if you really want to know when it's coming, you guys need to book a reading with me, because then we can get like in your particular chart to figure out what's going on with your romantic life. Now, this could also look like if the relationship is not going well, you decide to separate and go your separate ways. But we could be looking at something impactful or something changing. Congratulations, crying in Jupiter. No, don't cry. You don't want to get out and find nobody. That's your problem. But this could be something substantial changing with your career, or with your love life, with your relationship life. Now, keep in mind, this is a parental house. So this could look like a dynamic around your relationship with your parent. So I'm not going to gender it, but maybe some kind of change with regards to the relationship you have with your parents. Okay, one or the other, or both. All right. All right, so if you're an Aquarius rising, this new moon solar eclipse over the next 6 months is impacting your 9th house. I love this for you because this is all about let's go to school. Now, whereas Leo rising was doing more vocational type stuff, I think my Aquarius risings, you need to step it up a little bit and probably do that degree that you've been putting out that you know you need to progress yourself by way of a new career that you want for yourself. So some of you could be planning to go back to school. Maybe some of you are finally finishing up your degree plan, but education is going to be a big deal for you over the next 6 months. Also, what's going to be important for you is travel. So this is long distance travel. So some of you are taking a long distance trip, going international, out of the country. If it's, hold on a second. I gotta go downstairs. I'm sorry, y'all. My granddaughter keeps calling me. But anyway, so for my Aquarius rising, we're talking about educational pursuits over the next 6 months. We're also talking about the potential for long distance travel. Some of you could be taking a long distance trip in the next 6 months, whether it's planned or unexpected. And I always tell you, when the ninth house is lit up, go ahead and get that your passport. Now you can renew your passport. I don't know if you can get a new passport online, but I know now you can renew your passport. I think that starts in January. Somebody look it up, but I know you're getting we're moving towards being able to renew your passport online. So there is no reason why everybody should not have a passport, because it's way too easy at this point. My daughter is an Aquarius rising, and I'm praying she go back to school. It's crazy. You're saying take a long distance travel or go out of the country. Our daughter is taking her first 8-day cruise. Where is she cruising to? Okay, so education, long distance travel. And this is also going to prompt my Aquarius risings to dig deeper into their spirituality or their religious practices. So some of you may be having a spiritual awakening. Some of you may be deciding that, you know what, I want to return to church. I want to get more focused on, my role in church, my, God, my higher power, whatever that looks like for you. This is going to be a time that you may want to reaffirm your belief system, because at the end of the day, your spiritual life is, the foundation for you. So some of you may have gotten off track with that, and this is going to be the ideal time for you to reclaim that as well during this cycle. All right. She's going to Key West and 3 islands in the Bahamas. Good for her. And finally, last but never least, is going to be Pisces rising. This eclipse between now and April will be impacting your 8th house of other people's money and other people's resources. So when we're looking at this is really partner oriented. This is not necessarily the money that you earn from your job, but this is how you are impacted by other people's money and things that you share with other people. So solar eclipse in this time is going to have you heavily looking at how do you do finances with another person or another entity. So some of the things that could be coming up, because this is a new solar eclipse energy, is some of you may be moving forward in business with someone. You're ready to start a business with someone. Some of you could be getting ready to move forward with someone with regards to combining your finances. So in order for you to purchase something. So some of you, because this is area that governs loans, this would be a great time over the next 6 months if you're contemplating going to the bank together, whether this is a business partner or your spouse or a family member, but going to a financial institution to acquire funds. Maybe you're ready to buy your first home, purchase a business, get a student loan. This would be a great time for you to be trying to secure funds from outside entities. This is not about using your own money. This is about using the money of others. Also, there can be changes, especially those of you that are partnered up or married. There could be changes with regards to your partner's finances and resources. So we have to remember, when we're partnered with someone, personal or business, whatever impacts them financially is going to impact you financially. So it may be a time for the two of you to sit down and see if you're on the same financial page. This is also going to be a good 6 months to talk about paying down debt, getting on a debt repayment plan, getting on a really structured budget. You can make a lot of progress over this next 6 months with regards to that as well. Some of you also could be on the receiving end of an insurance settlement, somebody paying you money back that you've loaned out to them and they finally pay you back. You could be on the receiving end of, an insurance settlement, an inheritance, some type of payout. Possibly you're another one that could probably do well with a little gambling here and there that could possibly pan out for you or your partner. But I would use this energy definitely to get on a plan of securing resources that you may need to purchase things that you need. So try not to use your money for anything that's coming up in the next 6 months and using the money of others. I hope that makes sense. This could also look like in the area of sex and intimacy. A new beginning in your sex life. So if you're a Pisces rising that feels like that you have been kind of in a dry patch when it comes to your sex life, whether you are not in a relationship or even if you're in a relationship and it does not seem like the sex life has been really going anywhere, this could be a time that you kind of get on the same page. You possibly could find a new beginning around your sex life or your intimate connection with someone else. Now, I would be remiss if I did not tell you the 8th house does govern death, literally and figuratively. Could this be someone transitioning out of your life over the next 6 months? Yes, it could possibly be. So I want you to be prepared for the potential for a loss of someone close to you or a loved one. I am not God. I am not speaking that. I just want to make sure that I let you know that this could be a possibility of someone transitioning out. And a lot of times people kind of know what this means, especially if they have a loved one that is suffering from a medical illness or some kind of condition, then they kind of know that this may be coming down soon. So over the next 6 months, I would say to you, if you have someone that is in poor health, that you feel like, it's going in that direction, spend as much time as you can with your loved one. I'm just going to leave it there. So that's what we're looking at for the solar eclipse with regards to Pisces rising. So do we have any questions about Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, or any other rising signs that we've already talked about? Or does anyone have any input about what we've talked about? Excuse me. I gotta go to work tomorrow. I really do. If not, do we have any questions about anything in general? Any comments? Again, I did the horoscopes for October in the written form. If you're on Facebook, they are on my Facebook page. If not, I will be posting them to Instagram later today. I feel like I've been feeling this eclipse energy way before it starts, so it seems to be super. Yeah. I could definitely, yeah. And I say that all the time. A lot of people that are like really connected with themselves and connected with the energy, especially the lunar energy and the eclipses, we be feeling that stuff before it even starts. We already know something's coming down the pipeline. What's